Job answers, "But how can a mortal be just before God? If one were to contend with him, not once in 1,000 times would he answer. His power is vast, his wisdom profound." The pain of Job has taught this lesson. Pain has opened his eyes, broadened his understanding when he lost everything and people commented on his loss and people were arguing about it. And then Job came to this understanding of God. And he is saying, he's not blaming him, he's not arguing with him, rather he accepts how meek and tiny he is, how vast and broad God's wisdom. And he begins to understand the power of God, the mighty anointed one. That's the wisdom of God. The true wisdom, the first step of wisdom is fear of God. That fear, the reverential fear. He begins to understand. Of course, his world is crushed. Job's world is smashed, broken into pieces. Pain is so deep and wound is so unbearable. Yet in the pain, he believes that God is powerful, omnipotent. That's where he says, if he stretches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, "What are you doing?" How then can I answer him and find words to argue with him? If he does not answer when I am right, shall I plead with him? Plead with my judge of mercy for mercy. Even if I appealed and he answered, I do not believe that he would have heard. I mean, he's so far away. His glory, his might is far above us. So that's how we have to understand him. And imagine, he calls you by your name to follow him. And imagine, he understands all your subtle thoughts. Imagine, he knows the right moment and appropriate time. That's where the gospel speaks. As they went on their way, a man said to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." See the man's intention. Seemingly, he can go anywhere with Jesus. But then there's this ulterior motive hidden. Jesus answers. Jesus exactly grasped that point, which sometimes he himself might not know. And that's where the Lord is saying, the Lord is asking. Jesus said to him, "Foxes have holes and the birds have their nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." A place. Son of Man does not have a place. And seemingly, he wanted a place. Because this is the peak of Jesus' ministry and popularity, and people will gather around him, miracle worker, and seemingly, if I follow you, if I go with you, so I will also be clothed with that glory and glamour. That's his idea, my dear friends. But then that the Lord is saying that exactly breaking his motive. He also breaks you. Why you want to follow him? We have our hidden agendas, hidden likings, plans, where he snatches them away, breaks them away. And second one, then he answered, "Follow me." He asked, "Follow me," but answered, "Let me go back now, for first I want to bury my father." Son and father relationship in Palestine was so strong. Son has to do the burial part, and the responsibility is too much sometimes. So much. Where Jesus is breaking that also. That strongest bond, the father-son relationship. Jesus is even breaking that. Because Jesus is saying, if I call you, He's the most omnipresent and omnipotent one. How can you understand His wisdom? He calls you at the appropriate moment, that is Kairos. His timing is perfect. That's where Job believes His power. And do you really believe that He knows you the best and He calls you at the appropriate time? Are you ready to leave everything and go? Even the most intimate relationships sometimes. The third one. That man comes and says, I will follow you, Lord, but first let me say goodbye to my family. The Lord is saying, whoever has put his hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. If you start a mission, if you keep your hands on the plow and started it, you can't turn back. You can't go back. You can't go back to your past. It's very dangerous. You can't, you're not suitable. I mean, you will always have something to deal with. You will always have a regression, a guilt, a sadness, or attachment, whatever is it. You will always go back and destroy that present, the present of the present moment. The Lord is saying, you have to journey further. You have a goal in front of you. You have to go further. It's exactly the Lord is inviting, how the Lord is inviting you. Just think about it. First, accept His glory, glorious presence, and accept His power, accept His greatness, and then believe that He will break your frames. Believe He calls you at the appropriate moment. Don't postpone anything. And He exactly calls you, and it's a journey forward, not backward. You have to have that focus right in your journey. Think about it and have a nice day. May God bless you.